Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Katie. Today we are starting some fall crafts. So I haven't done a fall craft in a long time, and I'm really excited because I just feel like it's very nostalgic to make something for fall specifically. When I was little, I loved making crafts during fall and painting pumpkins and kind of cutting out different shapes and all of that. So I really wanted to do that this year. I feel like I always say I'm going to, and I never do, and I regret it every year. So this year I made it a point to figure out what I wanted to make and what I needed to make it. So we just went to the store yesterday and picked up a bunch of crafts just for some different options. But I am going to kind of run you through what I picked up and what I'm kind of thinking I want to make. So I'm really excited. But welcome if you're new here. I'm so happy you're here. I do a lot of different content. I do DIYs, I do shopping hauls, lifestyle stuff, home kind of videos where I'm redoing certain spaces, small business stuff, just a lot of different things. So I'm so happy you're here. And today is going to be a DIY video. So let's get into it. The first thing that I picked up were some items to help with painting candles. So I just picked up a couple different shapes of these tapered candles. I got kind of like a neutral tone one and then just like an off-white, because I've seen the cutest videos of people painting these and doing little designs on them. So I'm going to test it out during fall, but you can do it during any holiday. You can do Christmas, you could do it during summer with like flowers. I've also seen people do the like napkin idea where you can like attach the napkin design to a candle. So I'm going to be painting though, and I looked up the best kind of paint for using on wax, and it was acrylic. So I have like a handful of colors with acrylic paint, but I did have to get rid of a lot that went bad. So I only have like neutral colors, and I wanted some fall colors. So I found this kit of 24 acrylic paints, and they're just like little tubes. So I didn't have to commit to like the big tubes, but there's just so many different options in here. And I'm specifically looking at like the oranges, there's some browns and greens, and even some of the yellows would be nice. But I thought that this would be a perfect kit for that. And it was only $10.99 for this whole thing. So picked this up to have for those candles. And I also grabbed some new brushes because the brushes I have are for my watercolors only. And I got 3 different sizes. So I got size 2, 3, and 4. This is kind of like a round brush, but it's good for acrylic, oil, and watercolor. And I just got kind of descending sizes. I really like round brushes. That's like my favorite to work with. So I just got 3 sizes of that, just depending on what I'm painting. I know it's going to be kind of fine details that I'm going to be doing, so I didn't want anything too big. So I grabbed those. That's the first craft, is going to be painting candlesticks. While I was in the candlestick section though, I picked up some candlesticks that are going to be just decor as is, but I have been looking for like a twisted candlestick, and I found these and I absolutely loved them. I got 2 of this nude, like kind of taupey color. And I thought that these would be really good for like transition between different seasons. So we have a couple spots. I have little candlestick holders that I like to switch out the taper candles depending on the season. So I went for 2 of that one. And then I got a dark green and a lighter green. I think this lighter green would be really nice in the spring. So I wanted to just grab it while it was there. And I also found this one. It's like a purpley brown, kind of like an eggplant color, but this is so nice for fall. And I can really see like these playing well together for fall. And so I had to grab these. We have a spot in our kitchen and like in the bathroom, in the hallway where we put taper candles. So I wanted to snag those too while we were there. The next couple things I picked up, these were just for lighting up certain decor that I have and for a garland that I'm gonna be making for the house. But these are from Target. They're just these little LED twinkling fairy lights. I think they were like $5 a box. But instead of getting tea lights, I opted to get these so they last longer. And I have a ceramic pumpkin that can hold a little tea light within it. And I just think having like the fairy lights would make it glow more. And I tried it last night and it worked really well. If I remember, I'll put in a little clip maybe tonight of it lit up. But I picked these up because I'll probably use one for our garland too, just so it glows at night. I think that'll look really nice. Next, speaking about a garland, I wanted to get a base garland so I didn't have to completely make it from scratch, but I would then add elements to it. So when we were at the craft store, I was looking for a base garland, and I've actually used this kind of style of garland before in a different form, and I love it for the fall. And it looks like this. So it's just these little orange and white, little like kind of berry looking things on like branches. This is a 6-foot long garland. So it stretches out pretty far, but I liked that it was still kind of like woodland, kind of whimsical still, but it wasn't too fall. I just don't love like the really kind of like tacky fall, I guess I'll say. So I liked this one because it's got a good base to it, and I can kind of build off of it to make a really fun garland. But I did end up getting 2 of them so that I could also make a wreath out of it. So I'm thinking I can like twist it into a circle and kind of connect the edges with a spool of the same kind of string. And what I'll do is I'll form it kind of to the size that I want and then wrap it with this guy. And I think then we'll be able to have it be pretty secure. That's going to be another craft. There's kind of 2 there where I'm doing the garland and then I'm doing the wreath. But with the garland specifically, I am going to put the little twinkling lights on it. And then I thought it would be really fun to cut out little shapes that can kind of be interchanged throughout September, October into November. So I was like, how do I do that with something that I can craft? And I thought about like little felt shapes. So I'm thinking like different shapes and colors of leaves. I'm thinking we could do bats for Halloween and then ghosts. So we went down the little felt aisle and kind of took a peek at what was there and got a big array of different felts, and they were all very reasonably priced. It was like 25 cents a sheet up to like $1.50 depending on what material you wanted, because there was also like leathers too, like faux leather. So I ended up opting for a bunch of different shades. So we have like blacks. I'm thinking these are going to be for the bats. There's like a sparkly one, a leather, kind of like a gray and then just a standard black. And then there's some whites for the ghost. These are kind of like a sparkly white. So for the fall kind of elements that I want to add to the wreath, I picked up these colors. So I picked up like a dark brown leather, kind of like a creamy color, orange, green. This one matches my sweater, just a little lighter. So it's like an orange. And then this oatmeal kind of color. So I thought bringing in some leaves with these would be really nice too. So I'll probably end up using my Cricut to cut them out just because it'll be a lot more precise. And I think how we're gonna do it is attach the felt with safety pins on the back, and then I'll be able to just kind of attach it to the garland and switch them out. So I don't have to like hot glue or attach them. And they have to stay there permanently because maybe someday I just want it to be plain. So this just kind of gives it a little bit of versatility. And I also picked up some of this fabric tack felt glue, just in case we wanted to do anything else with the felt. I just wanted to have a good glue for it too. Finally, with the wreath, I wanted to have an option for like a little added element. And I saw these sweet little pumpkins also at the craft store, and I love these colors. I think it's gonna look really nice with the wreath. So I'll just try to see how to incorporate these on it and just add a little pumpkin. I think that'll be really cute. I also think it could be cute plain, but I'm gonna just see how it goes. I'm gonna start out with the wreath today, and then I think we'll probably just work on these in little bits over the next like week or so. So I'll kind of take you along as I go and I am making them, because the felt portion, that'll take probably the most time, just kind of finding the designs and then getting them cut out and attaching them. But I'll take you along for that piece too. Then when I'm painting my candles and stuff, that'll be fun. But I will try to do some shorts too, and throw them on here or on my Instagram, which will be at Katie Dawn Designs. And we'll just get into the fall mood. But let me clean up this stuff really quick, and then I'll switch the angle so you guys can watch me making my wreath and seeing how it turns out. Okay, so I've kind of learned that wrapping underneath and a little tighter with these branch type pieces is the way to go, because then you can kind of hide it. So I have that happening down at the bottom here too. And I think I'll just do maybe one more spot where I'm kind of attaching it. So that it just keeps this shape. And this is kind of a good hack because the color of the string on these berries is the same, so you don't really see it. It doesn't stick out. And it's very strong holding it. Because we want the wreath to kind of move in a clockwise motion and kind of wisp that way. Yeah, I think we do use this little loop to hang it. That makes the most sense. So I'll add a little bit more of this string up top. Okay, I think we got to a pretty good spot where I've gotten it secured in a few different areas. I'll put it up against the wall so you can kind of see the shape. But I can use this little hook on it. And I think it would be nice to add these pumpkins, but I'm not really sure what would be the best kind of tactic with it. So I have all 3 of these pumpkins. The gathering of all 3 is really cute somehow. Okay, I've been kind of going radio silent for a second because I'm working through how to attach these pumpkins. I think I like the 3 of them up here. So what I'm doing is on the back, I am wrapping their little stem that they had attached to them with this kind of berry wire and just securing it to these branches as best I can, because I just don't think that the glue would work with this fabric. So that's what I'm working on. And it's working really well because it's really strong wire and it can wrap everything really easy. So I'm just kind of placing these where I want them to be on the front and then just trying to secure them the best I can on the back in that direction. Okay, I think I got them connected enough. It'll just kind of be something I have to adjust a little bit once I get it hung up on the door, but I don't think it's bad. So now I'm gonna work on just fluffing the branches a little bit more to give it a little bit more shape. Okay, there's the final product. I think it's so cute, especially for it only being a total of maybe, I would say this is under $10 to make instead of spending like $75. There's a lot of wreaths out there that are just astronomically expensive. And I know that this one's super simple. It's not really big. And I know that bigger wreaths get more expensive. So definitely taken that into account. But I think having this kind of wire that's really easy to work with is nice. And I love that it's super kind of wispy and really simple. I don't like really heavy wreaths. I like it to look really dainty, and I absolutely love how this turned out. And having this little loop at the top is honestly perfect to hang it. And having this wire also just to help wrap around the pieces to secure it a little bit more worked really well, and to secure the pumpkins because I just secured them on the back with it so it doesn't look too bad. I think we should go hang her up and see how she looks. I also wanted to show the second garland that I got. I put on our little floating shelves here, and I started to spread out the little berries a little bit, but this is where we'll put all of the little leaves and the bats or the ghosts when we switch them out. So I think it'll attach to this really nice too, but we also have the option of it just being plain and simple. But I really do love this garland, and I think it's super versatile.
September comes, summer is gone. Do you think of me when you're trying to sleep? I'll admit you're getting pretty hard to miss. How did it end like this? But while there's stars above you, I'll be here to love you, if you know what I mean. All of our dreams scattered here
guys, that wraps up my DIY video for the fall. I'm really excited with how everything turned out, and I'm sure I'll give you guys a little look at how it turned out with all of the Halloween decor, with all the little bats and the little ghosts on our garland. We do have little pumpkins that we're gonna carve. We actually got the like faux pumpkins that you can carve. I've never done that before, just so we can reuse them every year. And we're thinking about making like almost like little hobbit houses or like little cottages or like little fairy houses out of them. I've seen some really cute videos online where you can carve out like a little hole for a door and you buy like the little fairy doors or like the little windows and you add moss around it. So I think we might end up doing that. And I just ordered some little like pumpkin kind of lights that are LED that you can put inside and you can just turn them on and off with a remote, just so we can have like little pumpkins glowing and it's super easy to just like turn them on and off whenever. But that's going to be more of like a Halloween kind of decorating situation. We did pick up some really cute Halloween decor that I'll be putting out probably beginning of October to like middle of October. So I'll definitely share with you what we got. We got them all from Target, and it was like we went into Target for like a handful of things, and as it does, it told us what we wanted from the hide and eek collection at Target. So we picked up some extra things, but they're so fun. We never really decorate for Halloween, so I'm really excited. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, make sure to like it and subscribe if you aren't. I'd love to have you a part of this little corner of the internet. But I will see you guys really soon for another video, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye, guys.